Hello, hello, hello. I believe I am streaming. Don't mind my robe. I like my robe. It's comfy. Alright, so this is gonna be a pretty boring one. I'm pretty much just gonna be testing traits and doing physics, but if you want to talk, you can. And just chill, I guess. So, yeah. But I have to do it, and it'll help me stay organized if I hold myself accountable by knowing someone might be watching, so yeah. Where is my pop-up chat? Me, come on, let me pop up the chat. What are we doing? Okay, okay, we're good. Boring, but I have to do it. Alright, let's see if we can get these problems right. An object is thrown upward. So I have my nice little whiteboard, so it's not going to be that boring. Well, it's still boring. But whiteboards are fun. An object is thrown upward as the object moves upward. And after being let go, I'll just make a little, like, stick figure to represent it's being thrown. So after it's thrown upward, let go, it slows down. And what object is the object's acceleration as it slows down? Well, when an object goes up, right, I'm pretty sure it's slowing because gravity is pushing it down, so it would be downwards. And it is downwards, that makes sense. The object's acceleration. See, what mixes me up kind of is acceleration and velocity. I know one of them, I think acceleration is if it's speeding up or slowing down, and then velocity is like the exact change. Yeah, I'm sure it does. What comes up must come down. Also, welcome to stream. Hi. All right. Next one. Suppose an object is moving rightward. All right. Just make my little square. Moving rightward. And the net force exerted on it is leftward. So, like, all right. What is the direction of the object's acceleration? Well, since it's the net force, it's going to be left, right? So that makes sense. The net force is opposite the motion, which means the object slows down. Okay, that makes sense. So it's pushing rightwards, but there's more of a force against it. So it's slowing. A lot of this is kind of common sense, but it like is taking a long time to click in my head a little bit. So I'm just gonna go through these. What happens while the force imbalance is present? While there is a force imbalance present on an object, the object is speeding up, slowing down, or changing directions. The greater the force imbalance, the more quickly the velocity changes. In other words, the greater the force imbalance, the greater the acceleration while the force imbalance is present. So by force imbalance, I guess it's just that there is one force pushing it overwhelmingly in one direction or another. It's not still. That makes sense? Ugh, equations. Alright, net force over mass times time is the change in velocity. Divide both sides by the time, change in time, delta t. Oh yeah, this is physics. I'm just studying it because, like, low-key, what happened was, like, I fell into a depression, and my grades dropped dramatically, and what I'm trying to do is just study the things I missed and go over things, and this shouldn't be too hard, it's just that I was, like, not doing anything. I was, like, I was really down. I'm just trying to catch up on things, so... And, like, knowing people might be watching, and this is, like, what I put the title as. Like it helps me stay accountable and not get too distracted. All right, the left side is just the acceleration. Oh, that's okay. Okay, when the forces are balanced, the object's acceleration is 0. No change in velocity. The direction of the acceleration is the same as the direction of the net force. Okay, I want to write that down. That seems important. Direction of acceleration is the same as the direction of the net force. I'm literally signed in. I don't know why it's saying save my board. I literally am signed in, but whatever. I don't even need this board to be so honest. Get out of here. Not my old account. Don't talk about that. Come on. Oh, there's my name. Freaking doxing myself, but whatever. Let me in. I'm gonna check OBS because last time I looked like a ghost and I didn't realize, okay, the lighting's good. Lighting's good. Because before it would like make my camera super bright and I didn't realize it. My friend didn't tell me when we were on when we were on stream. All right. Oh, uh-oh. Where's my chat? There we go. Okay, direction of acceleration is equal to the direction of the net force. So it's the same, they're in the same direction. Okay. Okay, a cart is moving. Let's draw a really primitive cart. You know what? You know what I can do? Remove BG for GT40. Wait, okay, for GT 2017. For GT. GT40 is cool. I like this car. It's a really cool car. Can use it in our physics problem because why not make it a little more fun? Whiteboard. Oh, oh yeah, definitely. I I have been getting into cars a lot recently. I always talk about that I want a Porsche. There are so many cool cars. There are so many cool cars. I love cars. I don't know how everything works, all the engines and stuff, but I really like that they look cool and they go fast. So I have been posting about them a lot. Even when I was in South Carolina, I like was taking a bunch of pictures. Sure you saw. You know what's a really cool car? I'll show you one car and then I'll get back to my physics. The Wyra. Check this thing out. This thing is sick. It's like $3 million though. Do you see this thing? And you know what's cool is these lights, they were actually apparently modeled after his wife's eyes, which is like really cool. But this car just looks so clean. Okay, okay, I lied. One more car. One more car. This Bugatti. Dude, I think Bad Bunny had one, right? And he sold it. He sold this for like a Honda Civic. Which honestly, it probably was so much money to maintain. This is another $3 million car, but like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get sidetracked. I could talk more about cars if I do a couple physics problems first. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, it was a Corolla. It was not a Honda Civic. It was a Corolla. Pat Funny sold his Bugatti because the constant attention made it impossible to drive in peace, swapping 1,500 horsepower for the freedom of a 2003 Toyota Corolla. I mixed it up. I thought it was a Civic, but it wasn't. My brain, like, I don't know. Still an insane swap. I feel like I wouldn't choose. Okay, I'm not him. I don't have his money, but I would go for something that's like, well, you know what? I like cars. I would still go for something of more luxury. I think I want like a Porsche. Um, Porsche 911 would be a cool one. I also, again, I like the Ford GT. Okay, anyways, back to physics. Back to physics. Like I said, this is why I take medicine. Okay, let me. Why isn't it? Okay, there we go. There's our car. Okay, have a nice day. Bye. I'm really happy that you like my stream. Bye. Okay, I have Ford GT. Velocity 2 meters a second rightward. It's not a cart, but close enough. It's a car. Okay, I should flip this image. Ah, no. Can I not just mirror it? What? Oh, I didn't know we could do that. Oh, okay, whatever. I'm gonna pretend it's facing the other direction. All right, a cart is moving with a constant velocity of 2 meters a second rightward. How far does the cart travel in 5 seconds? So these are 2 meter increments. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 10 meters. Okay, that was the easiest problem of all time. My 4GT is way too slow. Let me get my charger. 1 second. I have to like crawl under the bed to get to this thing. Uh-oh. Happened to my lamp. Must have frickin' unplugged it. All sorts of nonsense going on here, I guess. Ugh. Now I can't see anything. Ugh. I will be right back. I hope no one's joining during this segment. I do have a face. I will be coming back shortly. My thing. Oh my gosh, all my stuff unplugged. Bro. Ugh. Bоже moj. Okay, I'm returning. I have solved the problem. Oh my gosh, now I look like a ghost. This camera hates me. We're good. We're good. Dude, I need to find out how to do better, like say bye to people better, because like I'm so awkward with it. I'm like jazz hands. Okay, okay, let me come back. Next problem. A car is moving with a constant velocity of 10 meters per second rightward. So my cart is moving 10 meters per second rightward. And my cart? How fast can my cart travel in 5 seconds? Well, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 4 to 5, 10, 20, 30, 40. 40 meters. 50 meters. What did I miss? What did I do? What stupid math mistake did I do? Oh, I'm actually dumb. 5 times 10, girl. You passed 5th grade. Because you forgot to count the first second for some reason. I feel like that one image. This is how I feel like sometimes, to be honest. I wonder what episode even is that from, to be honest. I don't know. Oh, there's a decimal. A car is moving with a constant velocity of 10 meters per second rightward. Okay, 10 meters per second again. Nice. How far does it travel in 3.5 seconds? 35 meters is my guess. Yes, correct. Okay, that's easy. It's easy. It's very easy. I'm getting it. I don't know how I didn't. I swear I remember things being harder. Maybe I'm just. Maybe it's harder after this or something. Ugh. Okay, this one might be harder. Let's check it out. Ugh. I need a profile picture, low-key. I don't know what I would put as my profile picture. Maybe just me, but like, I don't know. All right. So, a cart starts at rest. Okay, our cart is at rest. It's doing nothing because it's super cool and it doesn't need to do anything. I would be very happy if this cart was at rest because I would take a picture of it because I have never seen a Ford GT. Okay, and now it accelerates uniformly. Room. Oh, right word. So it accelerates uniformly. And over 5 seconds, it has sped up to 2 meters. A second rightward. How far does the cart travel in the 5 seconds? Well, from rest to 2 meters a second. How would I determine that? I mean, would I just divide 2 by 5? 0.4 over each second? Huh? Okay, wait. I might be a little bit. Okay, I'm missing something here. So it's at rest. After 5 seconds. Wait, it achieved a velocity of 2. Okay, next slide explains why. Recognize that the distance must be between A, how far it would go if staying at its slowest speed, and B, how far it would go if staying at its fastest speed. Oh! So between 0 and 2, the only thing in the middle is 1, so it's going to be 1. Makes sense enough. Note that the ratio of distance and time is the average velocity, not the initial or final velocity. So we must first determine the average velocity, which is the mid-range value between initial and final velocities for uniform acceleration. Okay, so you just find the middle point. So the next one, it asks what is the midpoint between 40 and 70. Well, there's 50 and 60. My guess is like 55. I don't know. How do you, there's not really a middle, is there? Ugh. It is 55. I'm goated. With two numbers, the mid-range is halfway between the two numbers and equal to the average of the two numbers. 40 plus 70 divided by 2. I just took a guess because it was in the center. Is my camera good? Yes, it is. And then we have to do back testing. But you know what? How else am I going to get my Porsche if I don't trade? I don't know. Maybe this streaming thing will actually work out, but long shot, you know? I mean, everything is long shot, but like, I can't give up till I have what I want from life. Okay, suppose an object's initial position. So it's already 5 meters to the right. Okay. Its final position. So it's moving back. It's only 1 meter rightward. If it takes 4 seconds to do this, what is the object's average velocity? Well, it takes 4 seconds to walk it back, so it's 1 meter a second. Leftward. Okay, I got it. Yay. I'm actually so happy. For some reason, I thought this was going to be super difficult, and it's actually the easiest thing ever. I feel like it's going to get harder, but I'm glad I'm getting it right now. And the backtesting is going to be the funner part of the two boring things. I need to actually be able to predict the market. I had an 84% win rate before, and then I had an emotional loss and blew it. Good thing I'm only using tiny amounts of money right now. Hi, welcome to the stream. I'm just doing like physics right now, and I'm also gonna start backtesting some trades. So nothing too crazy, kind of boring, but if you want to stay in chat, then that's great. So yeah. Let's see, suppose an object's. Let's bring back our Ford GT. Where is it? There we go. Let's bring back this. I like my cars. gonna be in my garage one day. Suppose an object's initial velocity is 5 meters a second rightward. Okay, 5 meters a second to the right. Experience a constant acceleration such that its velocity 4 seconds later is 1 meter per second rightward. So it's slowing down, right? Okay. So it goes from 5 to 1 after 4 seconds. So it's gotta be. Wait. Okay, 1 meter. It's 1 meter per second rightward afterwards. So it slows down by 4, right? After 4 seconds. The average velocity during this time period. Okay, feeling like this again right now, to be so honest. Because I was gonna say 1, but it's saying it's 3 meters a second rightward. Okay, wait, okay. It's the average between the initial 5 meters a second and final 1. So we have 1, and then we have 5. The closest midpoint is gonna be 3. Okay, we've got it. Move our car out of here. Okay, caution. If the object is speeding up or slowing down, you can't determine the change in position using just the initial velocity or just the final velocity. If the object is speeding up or slowing down uniformly, the answer must be between how far it would go using only that and that. They use the velocity that is midway between that and that. Where? See, it's something I know and then I forgot. Let's see, where is that? Those symbols. Okay, guess don't tell me then. That's fine. All right. Let's try this again. If a cart starts at rest, okay, not doing anything, then it accelerates. So it starts at 0, then it accelerates to 5, no, 2 meters a second. After 5 seconds, how far does the cart travel in the 5 seconds? Okay. What is this all about? The average of what? Average speed is 1 meter a second. Distance at that rate is 5 meters. Okay, so it's 1 meter per second is what we're using. Oh, Okay, I get it now. So we are taking this average. So between when it's at rest and when it's sped up, this is the average, 1 meter a second. And so we're applying that to the 5 seconds, and that means it's traveled 5 meters in 5 seconds. Simple math, it just, you get caught up on the, like, actual substance of it, if that makes sense. But I'm learning, so it's okay. Oh, a car, I can use my car. You know what, let's use La Ferrari. Love my cars. Love this thing. Alright, remove PT. I've never seen one of these in real life. Need to go to some car shows. Okay, there's our, oh, I thought it was gonna drop the quality. Okay, we have our Ferrari here. It is traveling at 10 meters a second. What direction? Okay, it doesn't say the direction, so we're just gonna go left. 10 meters a second in unknown direction. Then for the next 5 seconds, the car accelerates as 2 meters per second squared. Oh boy. Oh wait, yeah, that's just a unit that they use with acceleration. Okay, 5 seconds. For 5 seconds, it accelerates 2 meters a second in the direction of motion, reaching a speed of 20 meters per second 5 seconds later. How far did the car travel during the 5 seconds? All right. So started at 10, we reached 20, the middle is going to be 15. So then we use 15 meters a second, I'm guessing. 15 meters a second times 5. 755, that doesn't make any sense. 75? Okay, so we had the right idea, but we also didn't. Where did I go wrong here? Um, so yes, 15. 15 is the middle. So 15 meters a second over 5 seconds. Wait, no, oh my gosh, I'm an idiot. Okay, well, everyone else is gonna get this, but I wasn't supposed to multiply it by 5. Or was I? Wait, wait. Yeah, I was supposed to multiply it by 5, so I don't know where I got the bigger no. Oh, I accidentally typed 151, that's why. So it was just a typo. So I did have the right idea. 75. Got it. And we finished the chapter. Yay! I think that we can treat ourselves to some backtesting. Not that it's that fun, but it's a break from physics. Don't need this. Don't really need this. Let's close this group. So I have this, but this was mostly just learning more patterns. Now let's go on trading view. I have some of this marked already. I'm gonna just go to a random spot and try to predict what happens and see what my success rate is. Let's go like to an actual like the start of an hour. So my rule, basically what we do here, my method of backtesting, first I go to a random spot, right? In the recent, like, within the day or whatever, the past couple of days, take a screenshot and limit myself to see a certain part so that I'm not influenced by like what happens after, like already knowing it and subconsciously being biased to it. So I'm allowed to zoom out, but I can't go any further than the time that I already allotted. So it looks like we have a strong downturn right here. And it looks like the market kind of reflects over here. Whoops. I did not mean to do that. Went to paint. Then it kind of reflects over this way. I accidentally went. Wait. Yeah. I'm a bit behind one. And we have this slope. And then we have this steep downwards movement. Now, what would I say happens next? And we're going to see how many I get wrong and how many I get right. And the idea is to prove my win rate based on successful guesses based on the past. Hopefully I get most of them. All right, so if I wanted to enter at 1, and it was here, based on what we saw, right? We saw this huge downturn and then up. I would say I think the market might reflect here and then dip again, like dramatically, probably right after. That is my guess. Yes, you know, reflection, then steeper downturn. And then what would I say? I would say below 71,000. Would it happen in the next hour? I think it might around the end of the hour. 150 to 215. I think honestly, I might get in starting at. You know what? You know what? Let me think about the timeline. The timeline always messes me up a bit. So a little bit of whatever, then this, then boom. Something like that. 2, 3. You know what? No, 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 my gosh. My brain. These are in 15-minute increments. Sigh. 15. So I think I would get in on the 1 a.m. Let's see if I would get cooked or not. So if I say below by the end of the hour, yes, there we go. Below 71,000. Wait. Wait, no, I'm entering in the 1, so I would be fine. Okay, 1 of 1. So what we see here, if I were to have, so my decision would have been to put in money here, that it would drop below. But then again, I think if I'm brave enough, I would buy more here. See, that's something that I've struggled with is keeping consistently on my like being sure of my picks, because sometimes I get too scared. And then sometimes I get too confident and I hold on a losing contract. So it's a balancing game, and it's also about being sure of yourself. But was I right about the market reflection? So here I said reflection, that steep downturn. There was, okay, that's around one. There was no reflection right here. In fact, it was oh my goodness. See, the hardest part for me is considering the bigger picture when it comes to like the drops and falls. I am good at predicting them when they're smaller, but when it's like going on a consistent upwards or a consistent downwards, it gets me caught up in it. And I think that's where my biggest losses come from, is not knowing. I did win this particular contract. Theoretically, I would have won. But then how do you predict what something like this when it's peaking and then it's about to drop off? I also notice sometimes, like, see how this is way up and down, up and down, up and down, and then the down is just straight down, and then it's up and down, up and down. It's like, man, my heart would have been pounding. It's like a yo-yo. But yeah, I realized something I learned. The period in between peaks where there's just a yo-yo kind of period is the consolidation period, and that is my most hated period because, like, it would always mess me up. But I'm glad I know what it's called now. But it's also kind of is being able to predict when that consolidation period is going to end is kind of a difficult thing for me. I know that on big spikes like this, it obviously takes longer, but how long is the question? And that's not something you can easily see, like when it'll reverse. 14 minutes, and then the end, it's 5 hours before it reflects. 5 hours. And like, but the thing is, I mean, how would you know it's not going to reflect in a second? How would you know it's going to take that long? Because sometimes there's just a steep up and down. It's weird. But anyways, we won the first one, so I'm not going to complain. Let's choose a random spot again. Let's go here. This one looks like kind of difficult to predict. Let's say I wanted to get in on 15. That's going to be our next prediction. So if we wanted to go here, let's see what my thoughts would be. So here we have this upturn. I don't know if this counts as a reflection, to be honest. I think basically it does. It's not very linear, but it's like it does go down almost the same amount, but not quite, which could indicate an upspike. But let's zoom out and see the full picture. Okay, so from what we can deduce by zooming out, this was a steep downturn. How steep? Holy moly. That is a very, that is steep. Down and down and down and down. And then that means we're probably stuck in consolidation. How high did this get? It was above 250, but slightly. This one's a tough one. This is a tough one. I guess what I'm thinking. Have a little more up and down, and then maybe like a reflection and then a steep downturn. Potentially. I'm not sure. And I would choose under 71K. We'll go with. Yes. Under 71K by 16. Now let's see what happened. Oh my. By 16, it was okay, it wasn't under 71,000. But could we have scalped it? Maybe. Probably not. Nope. Okay, so I should have guessed under 250 and I would have been fine. Hmm. Yeah, no, I aimed way too low on that one. Well, now we're at half. I guess that is a tough one. Honestly, in real life, I probably would have waited that one out because it does look really messy and like I don't know what's happening. I don't like when it's like whatever is going on here. I don't like when it's doing that. Checking my camera, we're good. Let's, oops. Uh-oh. Okay. Let's say I want to invest at midnight. Well, not at midnight, at 1. Okay, let's say I wanted to invest at 1. This is what we're seeing. What do I do? Oopsie. Let's check out what we're gonna do here. So I see this giant uptick, downtick, uptick, down, up, a gradual down, up, down. That's something, isn't it? Well, if I zoom in, this to me kind of looks like consolidation. Well, this here is consolidation. This is a reflection. I don't know what's going on here. Just whatever. Just whatever. Um, and uh, now we're gonna have a consolidation period. But let's measure how long that previous one lasted. This consolidation period lasted an hour and 24 minutes. So in the spirit of, well, we would expect it to go below 250 by the end of 2 is going to be our prediction. Under 71 250 by 2 a.m. Now let's see if our thing panned out. Oh, nope. Oh, hell no. Oh man, I forgot about my chat. Okay, no chat. Anyway, no one's there. But we're gonna put it in the side just in case. Oh, okay, so it just won't let me, I guess. So by 2 a.m., we're 71 250. It's here. So it barely touches it. So that was way too low. So the consolidation, mm, what are we looking at here? This. You'd think that it would go down, right? To consolidate for this. But it could. Ugh, darn. Um, gonna have to accept defeat on this one. I have no idea. I don't like this pattern. My goodness. These spikes are like horrible. Whoa. Not a fun thing at all. And now we're at less than half, which is not good. I'm wondering what I missed though, because I used to be able to win 84% of the time consistently. So I'm not sure what stupid thing I'm forgetting. This looks like it's going to be difficult to predict. Let's try it. And let's take a guess. So if I wanted to invest, if I wanted to trade at 14, where do I think the market is going? Up, down. So we have a lot of just repetition. How big are these spikes? It isn't even moving in one direction. But it then drops. I think our best bet is to just say it's going down, to be so honest. And I'll say under 71K by 14. Wait, will I? Well, if I were to put in like here, if I were to put in here. No. Okay, so if I wanted to, let's just say I was putting it on 1330. I would say under 71K. Under 71K by 14. Oh. And we're right. Nice. So now we're at half again. We're at a halfway win rate, which is kind of bad. Still not passing. But we're gonna see if our win rate can be any more consistent. Turn my brightness down a little just because it hurts my eyes a little. I will become profitable. That's why I'm studying a lot, because I'm going to. How else am I going to make it all work? I don't know. I'm going to take the cookies. Ah, the cookies are actually what I'm using to block my lantern light from being too strong. Mm. Mm. Hmm. All right. My bad. So this one's a little more difficult for me too because my thought process. See, this is clear consolidation and reflection. But does this count as reflection? It's gradual and kind of rocky rather than this straight down, but I think it might still count as consolidation and reflection. Um, but that would determine which way the market is going. Seems to go up here, but I kind of think this might have counted as reflection and it might go down. Boom, boom. But I think so. If I were entering in at one and it was at 70,033, I think most of the markets that I'd want to bet in would be saturated. It would want me to bet into 70-50 zone, but I should not do that. So I think I would pick below 70K by 2 a.m. So my guess is below 70K by 2 a.m. Am I sure about this? No. Especially since this is upwards. I'm not sure if it'll do that. Let's see. 70K by 2 a.m. Below 70K. Okay, by 2 a.m., we are below 70K. So, wait, are we? Yes, yes, we are. This is well below 70K. This is 70K line. So we are below it, and we have won. It does take until 1:30, so it takes through halfway through the hour for it to do that, but we are correct. So now our win is 3 out of 5. I think that's 75%, if I'm not mistaken. 60%, whatever, something like that. Better than half by a little bit. But we need a lot more testing to see what holds up. Okay. Yeah. Uh, okay, let's go back to a random spot. How steep is this? Holy moly. Okay, let's just go here. Wait, no, I want it to be clean. Alright, so at 1 a.m. Let's make a prediction on this 1 a.m. Or, oh my gosh, not 1 a.m., 1 p.m. The military time throws me off. It's just like I have to change it every time. I don't know if there's a way you could save it uh to be in my time zone either. And I don't know if there's a way to change it from military time. It'd just be doing that. Anyways, so let's see what we've got to work with here. We have this little reflection here, very clean, nice reflection. Right here, this random middle part, but it even seems to have a little reflection of its own. And then if we wanted to invest, it would be, we were here, then what would we do next? This seems to be very, very clean reflections, right? In this area, it's actually really satisfying. It's incredible. Very clean up and down. And then this looks like we are in the middle of a consolidation period. I am almost confident this is going up, but I want to consult the rest of the evidence first. Because when I've rushed in the past, it's never gone well for me. See, trading teaches you a lot about that. It teaches you a lot about not rushing in. So we have this. It's also, well, it's like incredibly messy looking, but it's a very very even slope looking, first glance at least, and it will not reflect for hours. We don't have to worry about this. Not to this level. Here we will see a reflection though. And I think it will be within the next hour. Let's see how long this slope is. Because this is, okay, this is only a 2 minute, 2 minute drop off. No, a little longer, 3 minute drop off. And that is going to reflect within the hour for sure. I don't know if I'd go 250, that's kind of risky. But I think, we are kind of going up. See, the thing with Kalshi is that they offer like 500, 250, and 700, and then the plane up or down. Also, I would say, would I be okay saying that they would go above 250? Probably not. Not gonna lie. I would say above 69,000 for sure. You know what? Let's do it. Let's do above 69,250 by 14. Above 69,250 by 14. Oh my. Oh no. Yikes. Oh, my mistake. So this one we are going to count it as a loss, but the thing is that, see, that's my biggest weakness is the bigger picture. Because I forget about things from forever ago that are going to reflect a couple hours later. Yikes. That's gotta be my biggest weakness right there. And now we are back to a 3 of 6. So we are back to exactly half win rate at this moment. We're gonna add a note in there. Zoom out as much as possible to make sure there isn't a huge reflection due to occur. Obviously, no one can guess the market all the time, but I want to get back to my 84 and hopefully even rise it. I want to be one of the best at this game. And then I'm gonna throw 100 in there. And we're gonna grow it. And 100 isn't a lot to start with, but it's what I can manage. And even then, it would take some work. Broke college kid, whatever. I've got this, and if I can grow my own money, then I'll, depending on my stats, maybe I'll go for funded and try to make it all work, you know? It's the trader's journey. No one has chatted. So now, um, let's say, oh, oops. Let's just go to the beginning bars. Let's go to just anywhere that isn't, oh, okay. I just wanted to have enough history that we could look at for that day. All right. So if I was investing at 7, um, let's say I was investing at 7. So the first thing I notice, there's pretty clean little up and down right here. Clean little up and down. And then we have this. And it looks like we're going up. A little reflection here. The big picture, we can't see everything, but we could see that this was up and now we're down. So maybe we are approaching another upward spike. We could see a similar here. And we know there's this up. So I think most people will have already bet on it, but I would go with 67,750. I don't feel like I can say for sure that it'll go above 68,000. 67,750 seems safe enough. So 67,750, 67. Let's remove this note. And let's see by 8 if we go above. Oh, a lot of movement. But we are above. See, at 8 o'clock exactly. We are above 750. As anxiety-inducing as these last bars were, we would win. So, 4 of 7. So a little over half. I think I want to do at least 20, just to see how many play out. I kind of want a yogurt, even though those are for me to take my meds with. Actually, no. I have my granola bars. Let me check my phone. I haven't in a minute. Mm. You know what's so weird about having my Snap? It's that, like, the different kinds of people on there. Like, I am just like a college kid and I'm low key broke, high key broke. And then there's just people in frickin' Dubai on my stories. Like, there's actually really awesome, successful people that I've met on my little motivational thing. So crazy to me. But I am grateful because I have gained a lot of insight from it. Alright, so we have won this one. Let's keep increasing our win rate. Oops, I didn't mean to hide anything. Whoopsie. Duplicate? Let's just go on the 5-day or something. Oh, what is happening? There's a lot going on here. So at this random point in time, if it's midway through 2230, if it's 2230 and we want to invest, what should we do? So we need to zoom out for this, of course. Oh my favorite, these really weird peaks that seem to be going in no directions. So it looks like, good thing I could kind of make sense of it. Consolidation. Straight ups and downs. Reflection. This also is a reflection. Reflection. And then a steep drop. But it looks like it might be reflecting this steep upturn. Oh man. Imagine, oh my gosh. Bro, this candle, imagine voting for up, seeing it go up, and then it just, sure, that's happened to me before a couple times, because I didn't know what I was doing and just throwing money at it. Basically gambling. I still don't fully know what I'm doing, but that's why I'm studying. So I can get as good as it, as good at it as I can. Anyone chatted? Nope. Mhm. Okay, so given all of this information, how do we make sense of it? Well, it looks like this is definitely going down steeply for a while. Um, I would say under 65, 7, wait. Okay, yeah, this, oh my goodness. I would say under 67,750. Under. And that is gonna be, oh, wait, we're not even at 2230. We're gonna be under 750. But I think everyone would already be rushing to buy that. But I wouldn't feel comfortable being, you know what? How far did this go? So I would choose under 67,250 by 23. Let's see what happens. Nope. It didn't even drop below 250. Um, Same thing. I keep falling victim to the same exact trick. But the good thing about that is I know what mistake I'm making, kind of, because where's the pattern in all this? So we can see where we're drawing all these things. See, down. So this actually is gradually up. Mhm. We are under 750. So I'm gonna make a note because I had switched. Okay, note. Stick with your first instinct because that is also something that I struggled with that is making me lose. Sticking with my first instinct because my first instinct was correct. I thought it was going to dip below 750, which it ended up doing. Um, don't go with the riskier option just because you think less people are gonna pick it. There's a reason less people are picking it. So right, we take another L. However, we are learning in the process. And we are back to exactly halfway odds. This is why I've been stuck at break even. This is exactly why I've been stuck at break even because my win rate right now is exactly half, which is splendid. Not really. At least it's not losing, okay? At least I'm not at a losing rate. That is we are above water. That's good enough for me so far. But we need to master this so that we can make money. Okay. Let me go to a random spot in these couple days. Oh my. Okay. 7. Okay. See, even on quizzes was something I would struggle with is sticking to my gut. Because, like, I think a lot of people, they'll pick one answer choice and then erase it, and then the first one was correct. I wonder why our brains work like that. You know what? There has to have been someone had to think of that. Uh, why do you second guess your answers on a test? First instinct fallacy. What? Okay, well, this source is Reddit. Frickin' AI thing. Okay, so I guess nobody has first instinct or second guess. Unsurprisingly, researchers have explored this very issue and come up with a competent answer. Most people believe that they should avoid changing their answer when taking multiple choice tests. Virtually all research on this topic, however, suggests that this strategy is ill-founded. Most answer changes from incorrect to correct, and people who change their answers usually improve their test scores. Okay, that actually I learned something new because I really thought that was a real thing. The thing is, I can't even be fully convinced it isn't because I swear I remember multiple times I would change an answer on a test and then it would be wrong. I guess the research says otherwise. I think it says over the years I've met students who consistently switched the right answers, but others who followed their gut instincts to lower scores. The best approach to making the right choice when second guessing yourself is to practice and measure responses. So it could depend on the person. I don't know. Well, I don't know, but I think second guessing me is a bad idea because it usually seems to end in failure. I guess it's because in trading it's like more, it's taking on more risk, is second guessing myself, which is usually a bad idea. Okay, so what do we have here? If I wanted to enter in the market around 7, and I was seeing all this. So I see, oh, massive reflection. Another reflection, but we're going downwards. Because this is a little up, a little down, a little up, a large amount down. Consolidation, nonsense. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Didn't really see much anyway. We have this big spike, this big spike. So this looks like it's reflected. My goodness. Ooh. This is kind of a tough one. I don't think there's any unconsolidated. There's not any unreflected. I guess this, maybe. No, because this is reflected right here. I don't see any mass unreflected things. Where is my 7? This is difficult. All right. Let's take a wider look. See if anything is unmatched. We do have this, but I think this is about the halfway point, and within the next hour it's not going to reverse. Actually, no, no. Oh my gosh. A little bit of slow right there because this is obviously it's going up and down. This. There isn't anything massive, like it's not a massive uptick that is unconsolidated. However, this right here has no consolidation. But I don't think this tough. You know what? I think either way we're going up. Whether, because the last thing that was reflected was downwards, so we are going upwards either way. So regardless of whether or not that thing decides to reflect. So I would say above 700, 750. Above 70,000, 750. Above 70,000, 750. Let's remove last time's note. Buy 8. Oh. Yikes. By 8 o'clock? It is above, and we are correct. Very narrowly. Very narrowly, might I add, but we are correct. Actually, no. Well, yes. Because by 750, we have approached 750, and then we make it up there. Oh, and then there's a scary downwards. There's a downshift that's really scary. Right by the end there, so we do win. Just very, very, very scary. See, most of the time I scalp on my bets, but I want to start doing contracts where I hold it until the end so I could get the highest payout. And if I can master this win rate in that capacity, then I can do it. So now we have 5 out of 9 wins. 5 out of 9 is not going to be a 55. Slight edge, maybe. It's still very close to the middle point. Duplicate. Let's pick another random spot. Wowza. Wowza. Oh, this is right now. Let's just go here. If it were 4 a.m. and I wanted to bed, well, by this time it'd be 4:05. So if it was 4, this is what I was seeing. What would I say? So, first glance, we see this kind of reflection. Kind of, and then nonsense, and then reflection again. Well, it's actually, we're climbing. We're climbing. Okay, we are climbing. So if we look at the bigger picture with these climbs, we have a nice clean reflection. Hmm. We had this big upswing, and then this is finally reflected. And I guess that means that I would keep going up to finally reflect that, but it would be gradual. How long is this time period? From here to here, it's 16 hours. So we don't have to worry about that at the moment. So we have this indication of up generally. It does look like we're gonna have an up spike. The hardest thing about it is determining how long it will continue for. But given the past, I would say it would be above 71,000. Above 71,000 within the next hour? See, I think so. By 5. Ooh. Oh, that would piss me off. We're right, but not fast enough. So at 5 o'clock, if it closes up. Oh, wait a minute. Where were we when we started? I would say we were at 4, right? Uh, so yes, but actually no. We are back to half. Because of course we are. Now we're at 5 out of 10. Then we're gonna add a note to self. Note, remember that the time range is important to consider. Next time, think about how fast it's gonna move upwards. Ooh. So, what are our major mistakes so far in 10 trials? So we have maintained a literally half win rate, which again, better than consistently losing. We're on to something. We're on to something because maintaining half win rate. Actually, no, that's like flipping a coin, isn't it? I mean, trades aren't coin flips. But I feel like if you didn't know what you were doing and you randomly picked, you would not even out, right? You wouldn't, would you even out? But anyways, we know our mistakes, so we're going to fix them. We're gonna learn. And you know what? When this when this works for me, this is gonna be all the evidence of the work that I'm putting into it, of like all that I'm learning in order to make it work. Not the funnest, but you know what will be fun? Riding a Porsche. It's like I'm half joking. You know what I'm gonna do? Um, Someday far, far away when I hit 10K months, I'm going to take my sister to see Pierce the Veil because something that really hit me was when she wanted to go to their concert really badly and it wasn't in the budget for anybody. And I don't know, I don't know. I I I don't want to miss out on experiences. And I don't know, it'll be symbolic to me to be able to buy that for her, I guess. And I know it's not like an asset. It's not something that is going to be life-changing, but it'll be a marker of success. Right now, I'm focusing on how to get there. Let me get my yogurt and let's lock in. I don't like coffee. I love these Chobani flips. They're so good. You know what rhymes with Chobani? Pagani. Have never seen one in my life and I really want to see one. Like, they're sick looking cars. Oh my gosh, I look like a ghost in the camera again. My goodness. Absolute cinema. Fixed. My friends swear I'm gambling. Trading is not gambling. I'm gonna prove it because once I have a consistently high win rate, that's going to prove that there's real potential. But I realize that $10 increments, $20 increments, that's not gonna be enough. I'm gonna need to put in like 100. And I can make that. It might take me a couple days, but I can make it. And in the meantime, I'm gonna study. Study, study, study. I don't know. I know that things are gonna work. I know they are. I know they are. Talking to myself here. I could take clips from this, put it in some inspirational reel or something, and then later down the line, and then everyone's gonna be like, "You rented that car." That'll be the greatest achievement, getting accused of being fake because my life's so awesome. My life needs to look like other people's vision boards. Let me get a spoon. That's kind of ideal to eat yogurt with. Ah. Oh, come on. I got Mm. Mhm. All right, guys, this one I'm feeling a win. We're going to learn from our mistakes. We're going to take this. We're going to go on a win streak. Better to be overconfident than underconfident, right? Well, not if you're faking it. You need to be moving like James Bond. Freaking cool cars. Hmm. 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 Okay. Hmm. Thinking of buying someday? Start here, even if you're not quite ready. I will be ready. Give me a couple months. This is definitely the bigger picture. The bigger picture. Wow. Down, up, down, up, down, up, and nonsense. I guess that is a reflection, though. Okay, this is crazy. Wow. Hmm. Yeah. So this one is a little difficult for me. This I count as a reflection. This one I'm not sure, but since it goes below the original, I think it might. And so we might swing up after this. But then again, there's this, which hasn't been consolidated for. I guess technically it has. I guess it has. Let me check up here. This also hasn't been accounted for. So I think we're going up, is my verdict. Uh, hmm. Is it though? See, let me take a look at all this again. I think we're going up. I think we're going up. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say 67,900. Oh, oh. Bro. Bro, Jajo. Brotosynthesis. Are we so serious right now? Okay. I guess, bro. So by one, we are not there. We are losing. So if I had scalped it, I would have won. So what did we do wrong here? Now we are below half, which isn't good. Are we below half? Yes. Oh, we're at a 45%. But what did I do here? So my guess was that by two it would go up. No, by one. Well, if you look at this side. Oh! Are we serious? Boże. Are we so serious right now? Are we so serious right now? It might have been that bigger picture thing that I also fell victim to again. But I zoomed out before. What did I miss? Excuse me. Mm, okay. Hmm. So I guess the part that I miss. So if we zoom out here, the market really is a mirror. So even though it didn't go down as much, it still went down a similar amount. And so over here it's reflecting as well. And by 2, we are progressing downwards. And I could have kind of known that by this gradual reversal. One could deduce that we were going to continue that trend, though it is kind of difficult. The same mistake again. Note, look at the bigger picture closer next time. That's the toughest part. See, this is a prime example of how mistakes help you learn because that is really what happens in trading is that the mistakes, you learn something from every single time. Even though you can be impatient sometimes, but it'll pay off, I'm sure. Literally will. Mhm. Let's go over our mistakes again. You know what? No one wants it this bad. I'm the only one doing this. Just kidding. Most people don't want to even try, so let's go through. So what? Okay, no, zoom out as much as possible to make sure there isn't a huge reflection due to. Okay, so it actually wasn't the same, but it was similar. Because before it was missing a reflection, but this time it was missing a downturn. Bigger picture is important, not just for looking for reflections, but downturns too. All right. See, we're learning. We are learning. We are learning a lot. It's very simple mistakes that I need to refine. Once I can get over human error, I mean, I'll never fully get over human error. I could automate my strat. I don't know how, like, what parameters I would use, because I'm mostly sightseeing. Like, I'm like, okay, up, down, up, down, up, down. This is going to go up. The bigger picture says it's going gradually up, so we are also going to go gradually up. I'd have to like just talk to a bot and be like, yeah, I'd have to come up with numbers like uh of like how exactly high a slope needs to be for like it to be considered an uptrend for me and so on. It would get to the nitty-gritty of it. I haven't I don't have any bots. People always talk about these bots. Um, but legitimately, what was I? Oh, I was saying a lot of people gatekeep their bots, and so I don't have one. But also, I don't know how to do Python or any of that. I used to dabble in HTML and stuff, but that's useless in that sense. I don't know why I keep coughing. I literally am not feeling bad or anything. Fingers crossed. Your plan only sees 5,000 bars. Hey, one day I'll have. I don't know if I'll ever buy Ultimate. I mean, if my strategy works without it, then why should I? But honestly, I go on Kalshi. Okay. Now, what do we have going on here? If I wanted to, let's bring this back to 21. Oh, so it looks like this is a recovery. Unfortunately, I can't see what's going on back here. But it looks like this is a recovery from an earlier thing. And this is going to be, let's see. Wait, did I even screenshot it? You know what, let's just go to a random spot. Let's say here. Remove the note, because we're going to go on a win streak now. Because we are learning from our mistakes, right? I hope. I really hope so. Okay, so if I wanted to enter over here, this is looks like steep upwards motion and then a little bit of a downturn. And then if we look here, this has to be reflecting. What? Well, see, this is tough for me because what is going on here? So we have this gradual downfall, this upswipe. We do have this over here, but is it already? Oh, we can't see. We can't see what happened last time. If we stretch this out. It looks like this first bump, the upwards motion is a little smaller than the downwards. And we did go up pretty high here. Well, if we're looking simply, we see that this goes a little under. This looks like all nonsense, to be honest. Reflect, and down, so upswing. And then here we would be at about, would be the lake floor. So I'd say above 69,450. Above 69,450 by 18. Ugh. Okay, where was 18? Ugh. Yikes. Oh, this doesn't make any sense to me because it's like not even whatsoever. And I guess no one told me that it has to be, but maybe I should just avoid trading these consolidation points whatsoever. See, okay, so after a thing like this, we are in consolidation for a while. And that's something I need to remember. It's not going to just repeat like that. I kind of did think we were going up, and we were ultimately going up, but it was way later. First, the market reflected, but it only dipped a fraction of the full way that it did before. So now we are below 50 by a little bit more. 5 of 12, that's really bad. Good thing I'm not using my money on this. We are 41%, which is yikes. So, this was a trial run, right? To learn more mistakes that I keep making. Oh yeah, let me add the note to that one. Yeah. Don't forget about large consolidation periods. Also, don't forget on the way up, a dip might happen before a spike. Though it's weaker than the previous spike. So I guess what I did here, my mistake was I completely forgot about the consolidation period, and where it would go from there is easily predictable. And also it's pretty long. Long consolidation period. From like roughly. That is 16 hours. My goodness. 16 hours compared to okay, that's also the visuals messing with me, cuz if I had internalized that this spike took 1 hour and 20 minutes to rise, then I would have never guessed that it was going to uh I don't think I would be confident that it's going to spike up still. Or not, definitely not in the second. It would be slow movement, gradual, before it peaks and then yeah, it does all this nonsense that it's doing right now. See, I wonder if it's gonna go up here. So let's go over things we've learned and then let's make more predictions starting from 0. It's our new rules. Hopefully we should be able to establish. Oh, yay, some money. Okay. We should be able to establish a consistent pattern. Literally, the only thing standing in any trader's way is human error. Because, well, and spontaneous events. Those are the two things. Oh, and yeah, risk management. But that's also a thing with human error because when you try to full port something and then you lose it all, that's completely human stupidness at play. You always want to rush into things, and life always proves why you shouldn't do that. Hmm. I love the phrase I've been seeing around like trading Instagram lately. No risk, no Ferrari. No risk, no Ferrari. Thing is, I know that 90% of the people who say that definitely don't have one, including me. It's like the Tate thing where they're like, "What color is your Bugatti?" Dude, you don't have one either. Like, why are you flexing another dude's Bugatti? You don't have one. We both are broke. We don't have one. Neither of us have one. Like that my eyes are kind of similar color to my hair. At least it looks like it. Or maybe not. Like my brown eyes. Ugh. Let's get back to studying. Let us write down our mistakes. So, mistakes to learn from. Always take into account the bigger picture. When you take into account the bigger picture, make sure that you measure the upticks so you don't wrongly estimate the consolidation time. So I know consolidation time, I don't think it can be cleanly estimated, but I do know when the spike is bigger, the consolidation time, if it doesn't immediately reverse, is going to be longer. And that also makes sense, because like I've heard that you should wait till like the first 5 minutes of trading are over, which I think would save you from a lot of loss, actually. Because, like, imagine you're banking on trying to, um, you know what? Never mind. Because I would never bank on a consolidation period on purpose. Not a small one, actually, though. Like if it was one that's gonna reverse in 16 hours, obviously I am going to be trading within the consolidation period. But I mean, like, if it was a very sudden uptick, but not like over like 2 minutes, if it immediately reverses, I'm going to be safe because I would have picked downwards anyway, and I would just get my payout earlier. Anyhow, so we can do a combination of scalping and holding, whatever ends up being appropriate. But first, we need to up our win rate, sharpen our skills, because it was 84%, which is crazy because, like, I need to get my game back up. And, I want it to be 90%, 93, 95. As much as humanly possible, as much as I can humanly predict this, I want it to be the best that I can be at this skill. Always take into account the bigger picture. When you take into account the bigger picture, make sure that you measure the upticks so you don't wrongly estimate the consolidation time. What other mistakes are we learning from? So I think our best strategy, right? So we need to make sure we look at the immediate picture, but also the bigger picture. Draw our lines, measure any major upticks to make sure that we aren't betting on something like going back down, that's going to take like 16 hours to reverse, and to make sure that there isn't, um, to see if we're on an upwards or downwards pattern, or emerging to a peak. Um, Anyways, so this is going to be round two. The idea is we learn from our mistakes and our win rate is going to be higher over 12 trades. But I want to, again, get to 20 once I have a consistent win rate at 10. So I think if I have an 8 out of 10 win rate here, that means we continue on. Otherwise, we should go through our mistakes and do another round. We're going to refine the shit until it's as perfect as possible. So I'm gonna erase all my drawings. I think most of them were erased already. Oh my goodness, what have I done? Okay. Wow. So let's zoom into a random place. Oh, nah, no. Zoom into a random place. Oh, I don't want to zoom out that much. Let's go. So we're gonna say at 850, and then we're gonna say based on the 850 price, what we're gonna do for the 9 o'clock market, hypothetically. Because this is a real situation that I've done before, is being at the end of the last hour, waiting for the next 9 minutes so that I can enter on the new market. So it looks like we've got a lot going on here. It'll be so rewarding when it all works. Okay, round two. Oh yeah, and after this, I'm just gonna have to be grinding for money straight up. Just on prolific as fuck. Round two. Commenced round two. W's 00, because we didn't do any yet. Okay, so here I see see kind of a mountain. Looks like we go up here and then looks like we're making our way down gradually, is what I think the next move is going to be from um a standpoint, like just considering the mountain. How long did this take to go upwards? Okay, this was only 7 minutes, and given all this nonsense, we are going down. This one I'm more confident about because the because when it's only like a 7 minute uptick, the reversal is usually not as frequent. But I think this might have, maybe that's that reversal. Maybe this counts. Then there's this one. So we go down here. And there's a more down tick here. And that, I think, tells me we're at a peak. When we have two downwards in a row instead of a resurgence, I think that might be an indicator. Well, let's look at the closer picture again. You have this up and this down. Uh, See, I want to think this would be consolidated, but I kind of think we're going down given the nature of this. Um, oh my gosh, if this is 8 today, then that means we won't have a complete answer of what happens. But we know what happens by 8, so we don't know what happens by 9 yet. Hopefully oh my gosh, it might be. Hopefully I didn't pick close to right now. And it's a different, oh wait, no, because it's AM, it's this morning. Because of I forgot it's in military time, so we're all good. Oh man. Okay. Okay. Let me see. We need to study the peaks more because it's very confusing to me. I think I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Well, there's going to be a nonsense period, and let's see how much it was last time. Well, you know what? You know what? Maybe. Wait. Had a slight idea. So you can see how these are very not linear downward slopes. This one is more linear, but it's still kind of rocky. Over here, it might be an indication of of something. Like when you're on a mountain climb, and then it's like if we're hold on. I'll see. I know what I'm trying to say. Are we going down? Are we going down? I'm gonna say that it's gonna go up, it's gonna stir a bit, and then we're gonna go down. Um, so the 9 a.m. market. So it's gonna stir a bit, brief up spike, and then down. And I think by the end of it, 71,500, it'll be below 71,000. 1,500. And we're unsure, but we were, oh my goodness. Okay. Wow. So let's zoom in. At 10, we end above. So we could have scalped it, but we did end above. So we are at 0-1. Note, could have scalped, but we ended above 500. So it is winnable if I were to cash out early. Because this steep drop would convince anyone. That would be when to sell. See, if we go back and we change our winning criteria to scalpable, then we might have a higher win rate, but I kind of want to be able to let it sit. I want to let it ride and be able to earn money. But then again, I do kind of sit and watch it, so we would have won this one, but we're still gonna consider it 0. But ultimately, what is going on? Oh, my goodness. So for this whole day, we ended up going up. This peak, there's always a bigger, bigger, bigger picture, isn't there? What caused this uptick? What in the world? Is there something ancient it's reflecting? There we go. We can't really. There's this peak, and then boom, we're finally up again. The market really is a mirror. It's just really hard to see when it'll mirror things on a big scale. So let's go to this random spot right here. Let's say it's 14, and we're gonna bet on this new market. We're going to rinse streak this time, trust. Is my camera okay? Okay, I'm not too ghostly. So 0 is not a good start, but we're still okay. It's the first one. So we start out here, 71,056. Okay. Okay, it looks like there is a steep upwards rise. This gradual rise, gradual fall. The fall is steeper. I think within the next hour, we would probably see a similar thing. I think we would go up and then steep downwards. But how long did it take for that to happen? So we have this steep downwards. This steep downwards took 30 minutes. Meanwhile, this upwards, it took an hour. So an hour and a half for the full spike. So over the next hour, it would be reasonable to assume, right? 71,000, I'd say above 71,500. Okay. Yikes, no. Is this another bigger picture problem? It is, isn't it? Uh, 0 for 0. So what information could lead me to guess down on this next time? Well, simply the fact it doesn't even recover whatsoever. That's crazy. It just and then I guess here, go all the way here before dropping. Okay. So I have a theory as to why our peaks thing isn't working. So this piece that we were predicting on, right? Thinking it would go back up, which So the market is a mirror, I'll say it again. Excuse me. You have this rocky upswing. So there are two noticeable humps on both sides. And that means there is no reflection. Not until the other side. So these are reflective of each other. Which is this. This doesn't reach the same height, but it also has a spike and a spike to match this. Does really look like a mountain. So there are spikes to match. But when these are matching, that means this is part of a consolidation. Wait, no. So this actually, all of this is part of a bigger downslope. And because of that, it means you won't see reflection. At least not if it's just not going to. It's going to reflect the last peak. See? And just as this was up, maybe I'm on to nothing. I mean, that's how you know you're trading, because it just stops making sense. Zero. Our win rate is 0. That's great. We are no longer at half and we are now 0. But we have learned another lesson about these stupid peaks that really trip me up. Note that when you're part of an up or down slope, you can't expect a reflection close by whatsoever, since it has already reflected the other side of the mountain. Get rid of this. And that's why we failed. I said above, but we are on a downward slope. So it wasn't going to reflect hard. Let's go back to 14 anyway, just to get a better idea of what we're seeing. We were seeing this, thinking it was going to reflect upwards. But the thing is, this was just a reflection of the other side. So don't expect a peak when you're literally at the bottom of a mountain. Oh, I hate these mountains. See, the middle periods between the mountains, I think I can predict as fine. Losing my mind over here. Bro, I feel like sometimes I'm just cooking up straight bull. Like I'm just making shit up. My goodness. Ugh. Mm, let's back test. Back test, back test, back test. Nobody wants to do it because it's tedious, but I have to do it so I can win money. This again. So we have two, but you know what? We can still have, if we get the next 8 correct, we could still have an 80%. Let's go in the middle of this random place. By 14. The same place we were. No, no, it isn't. But let's go here. 22. This is gonna be kind of a tough one, but we want the tough ones so that we can learn. This looks like a consolidation period right here, and then an uptick. Let's screenshot for our notebook. So what I notice here, right? Obviously large uptick, another large uptick, and we have this rocky, it's kind of this rocky down that I see before, and then it ends before it could fully repeat. So we might be in the beginning of a mountain. And given this, let's see how tall this gets. See, that's tough then. That's tough. And that is the other mountain. So we might be going up. And we have this weird up and then down spike. Might be mountaining again. Hmm. I think it's gonna be a little bit of an up and down. So I would skip to 24 where I would expect an uptick. So I would go to midnight and say 71,250. About 71,250 by midnight. And oh yeah, I don't wanna this one I'm not sure about. So by midnight? Where are we at midnight? At midnight, let's just add a line. Yes, we are above. We are above. There's our first win. 1/3. Good. Do we have any notes on this? Well, I just want to see. Oh, it is a full spike. Oh, a massive, massive one. It might be going up for a while now. Up and down. But, like, how long did this streak take to go up? 7 hours of upwards motion. See, that's why it's so difficult. Because it doesn't look like a peak from here. And then this, we know we're peaking again. But it'll go down during those peaks. That's why the 15-minute ones are BS. Because how are you going to predict this? What is... I mean, some people get it with high accuracy, but... Within these upslopes, you do see these basically do repeat. Even downstreams for a little bit. And then up. And the downstreams become less. It is low-key hard to tell. Hmm. Well, anyways, I'm getting sleepy. I think I'm gonna go ahead and end stream. I am probably gonna keep backtesting for a while. But my voice is hurting, been coughing, all that. But I'm hoping that I can report better results by tomorrow. Because I know there's enough patterns that I can say I can determine these things. There are enough patterns. I was able to do it before and I will be able to do it again. Consistently. So yeah, thank you for watching and see you next time.